There's no good guarding the entrance. I'm going in there anyway. Why do cats always sit in the most awkward place you can imagine? I've just had to shoo him off my computer chair. I got up to make another coffee and come back and he's all curled up, all comfortable. There's chairs all over the flipping room. Which he's tried all of them, but obviously that one was warm because I've been sitting in it. Come on, out the way. Oh, it's no good making nice friendly noises. I'm coming through anyway. Right. This is just a very quick video to say thank you for all the wonderful ideas for my talk. You do realise you've all been fooled, but it was unintentional. I've asked many times in the past about a few subjects for the Sunday chat. I've now got dozens, and I've got more than enough suggestions to put together quite a few talks so I can have some on the shelf. Because the other thing I was asked at the Bournemouth Orchid Society is to have an emergency talk ready. There aren't many that can do that, but I mean I can just get a little memory stick, you know, with a video presentation of some sort on it, and just do it at the drop of a hat, providing it's ready. So yeah, so I've now got material ideas for many things. You know, Sunday chats for the next 6 months. But obviously some of the subjects would take quite a lot of putting together, and would require quite a bit of filming. So anyway, thanks. And it was unintentional. The idea was to get a talk together, not to get loads of ideas for my Sunday chats and subsequent videos. Some subjects are well covered in a chat, so they'll do great for the Sundays. Other subjects will make great video content, you know, because I'm always saying that there's only so many video types you can do, and to get ideas from others that are wanted, if you know what I mean. You know, people aren't suggesting this because it's a silly idea. They're suggesting it because they perhaps might want to sit down and watch that or listen to that. So yeah, thanks for all that. That's good stuff. And this is a relatively short video today because I'm not having a filming day. I'm having a watering and spraying day. There's several of the orchid categories that I've got that have come round for their bug treatment today, plus there's a fair bit of watering to do today, so I've got a busy day out here for once. I had a lazy day yesterday and did absolutely nothing, but yeah, thanks for all the ideas. It's much appreciated. You know, it's very difficult to get, it's very easy in fact to get just confined. You know, this is what I've got. This is my daily routine of sorts, although the days are different, but it's self-contained. It doesn't go anywhere. And at the moment with this stupid pandemic thing, I'm not going anywhere either. So I'm not chatting to other people to get ideas and thoughts, you know, their problems, and have I got the same problem? What did they do? You know, all that sort of, all that's gone. So, you know, for the whole year, basically, all those mixing and matching of ideas and discussing problems in the coffee breaks and before the meetings start, all that's just gone. I mean, here, you know, this is it. And if it wasn't for my YouTube interactions in the comments, I wouldn't have any. It would just be, orchids would be just this, in here, on my own. That would be it. So the YouTube keeps me sane. Oh, and just on the health issues, when I got that gadget thing to take my blood pressure and heart rate, I was a little concerned about the reading I got. Well, every reading I've taken since has been considerably lower, so I think we had new gadget stress. I know that sounds daft, but they say if you go into a doctor's surgery to have your blood pressure taken, it will be higher than normal because of the stress of going to the doctor. And I understand that, you know. You get wound up, worried about what's going to be found, you know. Is somebody going to tell you you've only got a fortnight to go? All that sort of thing. And that puts your blood pressure up. But since then, my readings have been I would say civilized, given my age and the fact that I'm not an extremely energetic person at my age. I'd say it's not so bad. I mean, the reading I got first thing this morning is it actually acceptable at both figures and my heart rate. Nice low figure. They say your heart rate should be 60 to 100. Well, mine's down the 60 end all the time. You know, well, unless I go charging up and down the stairs or something daft. So I booked a cholesterol test. Now, free on the NHS, I should be able to book in a health check where I'll get my cholesterol, my blood pressure, all those nice things checked for free. Can you get one of those now? No, because you can't book an appointment unless it's an emergency, and a health check is not an emergency. So I've booked a cholesterol test at a pharmacy, which I've got to pay for. But I looked into getting a home test kit, you know, a do-it-yourself job, which has all the hallmarks of probably not being done properly. So I booked in to go and get one of those next week, which I've got to pay for. And that'll give me the little piece of the jigsaw that I'm interested in, because if my cholesterol is high, then that's the thing I need to concentrate on, and that will automatically deal with the blood pressure, because it's not as high as I thought. So nothing major to worry about, you know. I've been told at several instances in the past that I should cut down my alcohol. Well, I'll have a go at doing that. I don't guarantee success. If you take everything you enjoy out of your life, there's no point in getting out of bed in the morning, is there? So anyway, I've got some things to work on. Oh, I haven't shown anybody this. This is opened recently. It's another Miltonia. And this is Castanier, which is a natural hybrid between, now come on memory, I think it's Regnellii and Clowesii. I'm not sure, don't quote me on that, but it's a naturally occurring hybrid, and it's that I would say is a pretty typical Miltonia shape, and size, you know, and plant. The other spike up the other end's coming on as well. We should have 4 or 5 blooms up there, same as on this one, and then this one we will have to deal with. It's escaping from the mount in both directions, leaving the old part of the plant behind with leafless bulbs. Yeah? So that's already in a position to make 2 nice plants that will grow on nicely, one of which has already started. It's already got its new growth progressing as it comes into bloom. That's not normal. This end's normal. Mature a bulb, produce your spike, bloom, and then sometime not in the not too distant future push out your new growth. It's a pity this isn't the one that's in bloom, because then it would finish blooming earlier and allow me to, because I could separate that plant and only take half of it off the mount. I don't have to do both halves together. But it was a tiny mount. But at the time I got this plant, I didn't know how big it was going to get, so the mount was a suitable size. But it's, you know, both of the new growths have left the mount behind. Quite a few of the root tips have already gone. You know, they will eventually fail, even though I've got good humidity. And I'm not going around spraying bare roots twice a day to keep them alive. I'm not putting that amount of effort into a plant. But apparently, if Regnellii is one of the components of this, it's left a lot behind, hasn't it? Because this is fundamentally a white plant with some purple on. There's no white there at all. So the other element that's gone into this must be a full coloured one, possibly with petals and sepals more like that, perhaps. This is a named hybrid. I don't know what went into this one. But once you start getting a few out in bloom together, you can sort of think, I can see a bit of that in that one, and a bit of that in that one. So yeah, all good stuff. Anyway, yeah, just an update on a big thank you for all the ideas. What I've got to do now, basically, I've just finished answering the comments. That's my first job of the day. That usually takes 2 or 3, sometimes even 4 coffees, like today. because it was a long one, massive amount of comments on a single video. But thanks for that. It's good stuff. And what I've now got to do later in the day is actually go through those and jot down each idea as an item, because obviously there's a lot of repeats in there. There's a lot of people who suggested very similar or even the same idea. Well, going through the comments in a month's time, that's going to be difficult to work out. So I'm going to write them down. I'll put them in my notebook as ideas for videos and talks, and separate all the ideas out. And there are some unusual ones in there that can work. They really could work. And if they don't get done as a talk, they'll certainly get done as a video subject. So I doubt if any of the ideas in there will be lost. They'll all be done at some point in some shape or form. So thanks a bunch. And yet again, if you're watching this and you're not subscribed, please think about doing so. We're getting there. That 10,000 is getting closer and closer all the time. I mean, I don't know what other people's rate of climb is, but my rate of climb in the subscriber front is actually at its greatest that it's ever been at the moment. And a lot of that may be because I've asked. I don't know. I've always thought that, people don't need a reminder to do that sort of thing, but perhaps they do. But anyway, please, think about it. It doesn't cost you anything. There's no fee involved. Your life won't change. The sun won't fall from the sky. The moon will still stay the same. Everything carries on exactly as normal, apart from the fact it does my channel the world of good. And my vision, my channel's vision from YouTube's point of view grows. And when I get to that 10k, YouTube wakes up a little bit and actually thinks, hello, there's a channel that's reached 10k over there. Perhaps we'll push that a bit higher up when the searches go in. So it helps to get to that 10k. It's important to me and the channel's status amongst all the other orchid channels in YouTube. So that's what it's for. And like I said, all you got to do is click the button. You don't necessarily have to switch the notifications on, because that's a different ball game altogether. That means you start getting emails flying around, and I don't do that. I'm subscribed to a lot of channels, but I don't set the notifications because I look each day at those I'm subscribed to. I don't need telling that somebody's just loaded a video. I don't need to see it that desperately. I'll wait till the time when I watch other people's videos, so that bit I'm not so keen on, but certainly the subscribe bit, it helps the channels to subscribe. It really does. But from my point of view, the bit that is most of interest to me is the views and the comments. That's the bit, that's the day-to-day thing, that's, to me, that's what it's all about. So right, and this is not so good. I was expecting these to last an awful lot longer. Now this was the first little cluster to open, so obviously the first to go, and this cluster around the back has only just opened, although the one down the bottom's gone. So these are not lasting as long as I was expecting. I read somewhere that these are long-lasting blooms. Well, not so much. But there are more buds to come. There are some lurking somewhere. Like there's one here that looks like it might move and push out another spike later down the line. Anyway, I mean, it's its first time bloom, so it's done okay. And finally, it's starting to grow. This struggled to get going on the mount. Probably major change, but it's grown quite a lot of roots recently. But you can see, if you look carefully, some of these new growths have failed. But now they're starting to succeed. There's one off to the right hand side heading off there, and one to the left, and a couple in the middle that just look stronger and look like they're going to be okay and make successful canes. But there have been a few new growths that have failed. Now that might be because it didn't have such a good enough root system to support them. Having still got these canes down here that are still growing and now produce blooms, it might be a bit short on the energy levels with that size root system. But it's getting there now, so coming on. Somebody suggested it was a good replacement for Harvey Allen. Well, it has some Harveyanum traits in that it's got the frilly lip, but it's got the added bonus of the deep red bits in the middle. But what it hasn't got that Harveyanum has got, Harveyanum has also got frilly sepals as well as the lip. So it's got 3 lots of frilliness, if you know what I mean. But then the one I've got isn't doing very well, so we shall see. Anyway, thanks for all your ideas, greatly appreciated. There will still be more coming in. I mean, that video's not dead yet. It hasn't even been up there 24 hours yet, so there's still comments coming in. So anyway, thanks a bunch for all your help, and the ideas will be put to good use. Literally, I doubt if there's anything in there that can't be used. So I've got material for more videos and enough to do several talks, so I'm well pleased. It saved me getting a headache trying to think of those things. And I'll see you next time.